Alright, welcome back to Dunks Code Traders Hub. Yes, I believe you guys are having a great time. Yeah, Welcome, good morning everyone. Yes, sorry, apologies for the delay. I've been setting up some things. Yesterday I realized the mic was a bit low, so I was trying to work it out so that we have a clear and better sound today. All right, so as usual, we'll be looking at of course the analysis. You know the drill, how we do this, so that's what we'll be doing today. Those who attended yesterday's analysis, congrats on your profits and everything, and of course the insights that we got yesterday. So without any further ado, let's get into it. All right, apologies on that. So let's pray and get started. Father, we say thank you for this morning. Thank you for your grace upon our lives. Thank you that we're back here in this very session where we analyze and check through the market to see how we can make money. And as we get to start today's session, we ask of your grace, we ask of your wisdom and knowledge to be able to understand the charts clearly the way you want us to understand them, and be able to get great insights and be able to get signals that we can take advantage of so that we can make this money today. We say thank you for yesterday's profits, and we also say thank you in advance for the profits that we are making today. We give you praise, we love you. As we end this week, as we do this last session of the week, we ask of your grace to be part of this, to be part of us as we trade. We give you praise, we love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so good morning, Patrick. I see you already online. Let's now get started. All right. So yesterday we of course, you know the drill. We are starting with crash 500, so let's get into crash 500. So yesterday, those who were online, those who attended yesterday's analysis, you know what we were looking for. As far as crash 500 is concerned, we were looking for the sell. In fact, I sold this asset. That is a trade. It was sort of like almost a sniper entry right there, and I took my profits right here because this was a change of character here. Those who remember on M15, so anything could have happened. That's why right there, that's why I had to take my profits a little bit below there. But you know, all the way I needed to, actually it was here, this was the one I was looking at, so I would have, you know, held to take my profits here, but this was enough. And of course, those who are on VIP, you know, I shared that signal, and it's the only signal that we took yesterday. All right, so that was crash yesterday. We sold it all the way to that level. And so today, yesterday, remember I told you guys that the market was a bit slow. It was almost all the assets were in consolidation, so that's what we saw yesterday. So right here, we can clearly see that price kept on consolidating within here until today morning, where it made that last move and then broke this level, meaning this became our change of character. So today morning, as I was looking through the charts, I saw this, and that was, of course, that's when I made this other analysis to anticipate my pullback, which will give us a lower high, and then we continue with the sell. So for now, we are anticipating our lower high, the move that will give us the lower high. That is the move that we are anticipating currently. So if that's the case on H1, if we go to M15, we should be looking for buys, and yes, clearly the buys are on. So all we need is a confirmation probably on M5 for the buys. So now I can wait for a confirmation of buys on M5. On M5, I want price to fail to break this level, and then it goes above my 10 MA on M5. That will be enough confirmation for the buy, and I will be gladly waiting for that. So please remind me when I'm on other assets to keep checking at least within the next 30 minutes. You should be ready for the buy here. So let's wait and see how it all works out. So that's it on Crash 500. Let's now get to Boom 1000. Boom 1000. So Boom 1000, yeah, you can see the way it moved yesterday. Yes, it was not that bad actually. The buy continued. We were looking for this, but then later we wanted to sell that level. At that level we wanted to sell from that level. So but when it reached here, you can see it gave us this fake move that went below a 10 MA right here, but then later it continued. So looking at H1, price never went below a 10 MA. This was not ideal right there. So you can see how this moved. So the sell never came through for us to take advantage of. Looking at the buy, of course, from that level, like how I told you, we will anticipate the buy from there. That's what happened. Yeah, but I did not enter that buy still, so that's it. So from this can now go, this can also go, even these two. Let's see, are we still looking for the sell? According to H4, the buy is continuing. Remember, daily we need sells. So what is this that it is showing us? All right, so where we are according to daily and H4, we see a conference area. We see a conference area. All this right there, all that is a conference area. So are we going to see price break this? I doubt it will break it to continue. So I'm still insisting on sells. I'm still anticipating sells, so I can't wait down below here before I can. What are we looking for on weekly? According to weekly time frame, we are looking for buys. All right, okay, so this may change. What we are having actually may change. So it's tricky right here. Now this is the thing, let me show you what I've just seen. You see down below here, price never came to mitigate this OB. Yep, where that momentum of buy started from, and that's the reason why we are looking for the sell. But also according to daily time frame, the other confirmation is that we are overbought. That is the second confirmation for the sell. But if you go to H4, we saw a fake breakout here that changed back to go back into buys, but now it has reached some sort of a conference area, or call it a resistance area, and now price is likely to start selling, and we can clearly see that confirmed on H1 with overbought according to CCI and RSI. And clearly, if we get a reversal signal right here, it means the sell will be coming. But the sell will be coming in only and only to probably 50% or 61.8% of this fib. And then price will again try to go back to take out this resistance. So it will be like this. It will be like this. Yeah, you can see there's a fair value gap in between here, so price can easily come around there, and then price will now come again and it will try to take this out. Either it will take it out and reach back there again, delete that. Either it will take it out and reach all the way back there again, or it will fail from there and then we get to see sells from there, or it goes all the way up there and then we get sells. So that is how tricky this is going to be. Why? Because according to daily time frame, we are still looking for sells. Wait a minute. If this was mitigated, if this fair value gap was mitigated, then we may not need it. Not that. It was not that mitigated, so I think it's this fair value gap is still valid. This fair value gap is still valid. Yeah, the fair value gap is still valid. Okay, yeah, somehow it is still valid. So that means we can still anticipate this move to come around there. So for now, I will be looking for sells on H1, but only and only if I get a reversal signal, and probably on M15, of which on M15 in fact it's almost like we already have it right about there. Yeah, that is a higher high right there, gives us that, and that then comes down below. Let's wait and see what happens. But that's if you're trying to confirm what you're seeing on CCI is not giving any serious signal. It is actually saying we are oversold, meaning buyers should be coming in, but we wait and see. So if it goes up and fails to break this previous higher high, you know that sales will be coming in. So hold on and let's wait. That is on Boom 1000. It's very messy. I would actually advise, if you have a small account, don't even try this to force any trade on this asset. You rather leave this asset for some good time until it comes back to a clear structure that you can follow thoroughly without any scratching of your head and what have you. Yeah. All right, so Boom 500. Boom 500. So Boom 500, we Boom 500, you can see yesterday, the whole of yesterday it was consolidating. That was yesterday here. You remember I told you price is likely to play around this area here and down below, from down below here and that level. So it gave us a fake breakout up there and then came back again down below, and now you can see it is still playing within that same level. So it is a bit tricky for us to do anything besides waiting. Yeah, it's you rather wait than make a mistake and lose money. So in this case I choose to wait. In this case I want to choose to wait. Why? Remember, according to H4, we are looking for buys. We are looking for buys, but the general trend is a sell. The reason why we are looking for buys is that we want price to give us this fake breakout up there, and then we come in with enough with clean entries for sales right about there. That's where we want price to reach. So having said that, I actually see something significant right about there. So if I say that, then how about down below? Down below it is a bit tricky. That will be this, which is a straight line. It is a straight line. So this is what we are seeing. And now if we are seeing this, that will mean that we are eventually going to see some sells, even though H1 says we need buys according to CCI. So if I go to daily time frame, I need sells. If I go to H4, we still need some buys. If I go to H1, we need buys. If I go to M15, I need some sells, then later buys. Alright, so this is gonna be a no-go for me to trade till further notice. Yeah, you can see the momentum, you can see the H4 candles, how they are short and weird. Yeah, so it shows you how much momentum this asset currently holds. So for now, no business. It is low liquidity in the market, hence low momentum, and that tells us to actually not to focus on this asset. I rather not focus on it than try to force a trade in here and later make losses. So with that said, no business here. I'm not going to do what? I'm not going to force anything right here. All right, so now let's go to V25S, volatility 25S. Volatility 25S. So V25S, we were looking for what? Let's look at it. We were looking at H4. All right, the sell to continue. All right, so that move there, those who remember, I talked about it. I don't know how I failed to come to actually monitor it and enter that sell, but those who remember, I talked about this. I believe you guys should have made this money because that is a move we talked about yesterday. Pull back there to give us a lower high, then we come down below to look for a new lower low, and you can clearly see that it came to that very level just like we anticipated. And now coming to H1, you clearly see now we have a current lower low right here. it has gone back to look for a lower high here and came down to try to look for a new lower low, but it failed right here. So we can clearly see that this order block is holding price, and that can easily tell us that the buyers want to take charge again. So let's first delete these two, delete this, delete that, and we can delete also that. This can also go. So what is happening here? All right, so that case, that tells us that this trend line has to be right there. That is where this trend line has to be. So now we know it has reached that trend line, but then we wanted price to mitigate that level, and then we continue with a sell because the previous trend is a sell according to daily time frame. And you can see that we failed to break, price has failed to break that resistance level, and even more so, price is below our 10 MA, which now brings us to understand that we are still in a downtrend. So all we need now from where we are is sales to break out on this trend line. That is what we need, and once we have that, then you know that nothing will hold us back. So let's now look for sales. How are we going to look for sales that will eventually break out this trend line? All right, go to M15. M15, yes, it has a weird momentum, but first go to H1. Did we leave any point of interest up? I don't see one. I believe today is a day where we are going to see the breakout on this trend line. So I'm not going to do anything, but rather I'm going to now just wait for the breakout. I'm going to wait for the breakout on this trend line. Once I have that breakout on this trend line, and that's when I will be entering my sales immediately, not wasting even time. Before we see the breakout, you've already seen this rejection, price rejection coming in from buyers right there. You can see those wicks coming in from buyers pushing price up, but then also sellers not allowing much of the buyers to take control, and also pushing back, not that much like buyers. Yeah, so that tells you that buyers still want to control, but sellers are still holding them back. So the battle is still on, but we know eventually we will see a breakout right down below here on this trend line, and then we will get in our sales. So for now, I'm not going to focus on it. I will just wait for price to be below this trend line, and then I will make my entries immediately. All right, so enough of that V25s. Let's go to V75. Now V75, we were still looking for buys. I told you that buys were still on yesterday, and we had levels. So let's first drag this right here so that you can see the levels we had to enter the buys. So the first level was here. For that kind of a buy, those who remember, yeah, that was a level there where I have this line here that was, of course, showing the buy to push all the way from this level. So when it reached that level, the buy came through, but it was short-lived for like 2 to 3 hours. The buy for 2 to 3 hours with a weird momentum. You can see rejection, price rejection coming in between there, and then later you know, coming to this other order block and then reversing back into sales. Yeah, so this move right here never was successful, but not really to push price to continue. Then sellers came through strongly, pushed price to break this level, so that we can take out, and then they came to this this other level, in fact broke it, came to this overall OB and support level, and then gave us a fake breakout right there, tried to push buys but then failed. Then we saw a break of structure right about there. We saw a break of structure. Now after seeing the break of structure, I want to delete everything here, everything. Okay, this can remain for now because I see price is still reacting to it. All right, so I think I can delete also this. Let's now go to H1. What have I done? We were on what? We were on V75. All right, so H1. So clearly you see that level was taken out. Now it came to this other one. This is according to H4. That is a conference area. So that conference area, you can see that's where price came to still, and that's when the buyers started to push price. All right, so let's go to H1. So buys started from that level. Now coming to M15, you clearly see that we got a change of character right here, right there. First take that out. So we got a change of character. After giving us a break of structure here, price failed to continue to give us a new lower low, but rather we saw a change of character right about there. That's when price started to give us higher highs and higher lows according to M15. But as we speak, we see price has now reached the other resistance level. Currently from that very order block, it became a resistance level. Now price has gone back to that resistance level, and that's how, that's where we are currently. Now let's now talk about today. These are no longer necessary, delete them. This can also be taken out. This, however, let's go to daily. We needed buys from there, but from what we are seeing currently, we may not see price reach all the way down below. It may reverse from this very level that we currently seeing price reacting on. So now let's go to daily. Daily price is still below our 10 MA. If you go to H4, price is above our 10 MA, but with low momentum. All right, I see something significant on H4, and I want to draw my trend line just like that, right about there. And then down below also I see that. That is what I see even on H4. All right, so go to H1. High, that should be also a low right there. Yep. So we have a high, low, then it's looking for a high right there. So this is a channel that we currently see price in. So price is currently in a channel. Let's go to H4. Will it give us buys because of this support area? I think it may give us continuation of buys. So Yeah, I think it will. Looking at the previous trend, which is this move, so it is likely to give us that kind of a move to reach this level. Will it break it? I don't know. We'll see about that, but for now price is doing that. So is it going to now give us this kind of a breakout now? I don't know. Let's go to H1. I don't see the reason why it will give us a pullback, because no liquidity was left back. So we have to be patient and wait and see what will come through. So for now, I don't think I'll be able to trade this asset also, but we know the direction and we know the general trend. Now we can be patient. Now we can be patient. We can be patient. All right. So H4, the buy should be on in as much as this channel is concerned, but then after that we may see a sell. Weird. It's very weird actually, but from that level, from here, we may see another sell to come down below. Very weird. I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, that is what I'm seeing. So after this level, we may see this kind of a sell to push us and give us a fake breakout down below here, and then we come in with the buys. So that is my anticipation. I don't know about you. Let me know what you think and what you think of this analysis, what you have on your end, how the market, how you're seeing this market. But as for me, that is what I'm seeing. The buy to come through all the way there, and then later we come in with a sell to push us down below, and then we can come in later with a buy after giving us a fake breakout down below here. All right, that is enough. Let's now get to jump 50. Jump 50. I hope my sound is clear and you guys are getting me very with a clean sound. All right, jump 50. Yesterday we were looking for the buy, but I told you we were in a consolidation. So looking at H1, you can see that was the consolidation zone there, right about there, and then it was broken late night, and then now we can see price has now pushed back down again. So that was yesterday. This was yesterday according to M15. You can see there, and then broke out, and now it has come to give us this other level right about there. So we can just have it right there. This can now go, this can now go, this can also go, and the anticipation was buys to come all the way back there so that we can now make our sell entries. So the momentum is still low for the move that we need, but it doesn't mean the move is not on yet. It's no longer on. The move is still on. So excuse me. So let's go to M15. M15 is not yet oversold, but if we get a reversal signal right here, then you know the drill that we will be making that buy entry. Why? Because this level has been determined as a strong support according to H1. has been determined now as a strong support. So we know the buys will be coming in here. This will be a pullback buy to push us all the way up there to confirm buyers, to confirm the reversal signal on H1 and of course on H4, and then we come in with the sells. Perfect. That is enough there. That is enough there. So now let's go to leave it on H1, in fact M15. Now let's go to jump 25. Now jump 25 was a weird one. J25 it continued. You remember we wanted something like a pullback here, then we can enter, but we never saw one. So it continued. I told you sometimes it does give us a pullback, sometimes it does not. So in this case it did not give us that kind of a short pullback. Then it continued and then gave us later a short pullback right about there after breaking that structure right there. So it came back to that and then continued, and see, gave us another break of structure right there, made a pullback and then continued. So you now see what I'm talking about. So it continued until it broke out and actually hit our target. Remember, this was our first target, that was our second target. Those who remember where we started with jump. So I told you the buy was still on, even though I never made these entries. So for anyone who was looking for a swing trade, this when we are still down below here, this could have been your trade, and that would have been enough money, big money actually, if you had stayed in from this very level where we started from. All right, so enough of all this. Let's now delete all this down here. All right, so this can go now, this can go, this can go, and I think this. So we are going to remain with this. This is what, H1. All right. So according to H1, currently we are overbought. Yeah. But according to H4, the buy is still on. So what is it going to be? First go to daily. We are looking for buys. Yes. Weekly, we are looking for sells, but I told you we are looking for that kind of a pullback to give us our lower high right about there. That's where we want price to come back to. So if we know that, then we know that we still have some good move to reach all the way up there. So let's go to H4. The buy is on. Yeah, H1, the sell is on. I doubt it's going to be on actually. Let's go to M15, confirm. Oh yes, it is on. It is on actually. So where is it going to come to? Which liquidity did we leave back? I don't see any. I don't see any. So in the case of where we don't see any liquidity left back, we anticipate a consolidation. Yeah. In a scenario where we don't see any liquidity left back, we anticipate a consolidation. And in this case, consolidation is likely to be within here. And most of the times in such scenarios, it can even give you a fake breakout just to come below to such a level or down even below. So now that we know all this, then we know that the anticipation is just going to be this and then we either get buys from here or buys from here. It can easily first do some more moves right here. So for now, I'm not going to focus on this asset, but I know it is selling according to M15. M5 is not yet giving us a signal to actually sell. That means we're going to see another short pullback, then we can enter sales according to M5. Yeah, according to M5. So for now, no business. For now, no business with this asset. All right, that's it on J25. Let's now go to J10. J10. What is let's see, we have about 14 minutes remaining. So J10, I felt bad on missing this trade. I was waiting for it. Yes, at first when we were in the analysis, I was anticipating this, but then it broke that level and then continued. So I was anticipating, I was waiting for this move here. I don't know how I got distracted and failed to come back for this kind of a buy move, because I was looking for that. But I hope you guys could have gotten it, because you knew that we were already looking for buys. I told you the buys were still on. We were not looking for any sells. And as we speak, we have a breakout. And now it's going to be some good level to actually anticipate more buys. According to H daily, we are still looking for buys, and of course weekly. But then as we speak, we need some pullback. So the only anticipation I can see is an H4 candle or candles that will push us back there, and then we do this. Yeah, so if I go to M15, sales are on but with low momentum. So this tells me that this level is likely to be ideal right there. It's likely to be ideal holding. Then it can easily be broken, and then we come all the way here. We come all the way here. So for now, no business. No business with this asset. I have to wait for structure that I always wait for my sell move. All I need is to look for this pullback sell, then I can enter my buys properly when price comes all the way back to this trend line. That is the plan. That is the plan. That is the plan. All right, I think that's it on J10. On J10, I think that's it. That's it. We may actually sell this asset today. We may, if it does what we need in time. We may sell it today. We may sell this asset today. So for now, no business at all. I don't trade such assets, such market. I don't trade it. All right, lastly, we're going to look at gold, and we call it a day. So gold, all right, so let's start from M15, no, H1, delete that. Oh, yesterday we were looking for this move. Those who remember, this was the anticipation, a sell. This was yesterday, yeah, a sell, then a buy later. Yeah, this was the anticipation. Those who were with us yesterday, you remember that. So a sell here, then we enter buys on this level. So we sold it, then now the buy has started, and this buy, clearly you can see it is now confirmed. Why do I say it is confirmed? We have a change of character here. We have a pullback to that level of change of character, and price is above our 10 MA on H1. Now, can we enter now? I believe we can. No, on M15 it's still a bit unclear, but on higher time frame we can. Price is above our 10 MA, so why don't we? What has been left back? We can. I think we can make this buy entry. Price is above my 10 MA, so why don't I enter buys? So I've entered my buys here. I'm gonna be looking at taking my profits. This can be a prolonged one, but you can first take your first TP around that area. Yeah, don't risk beyond that candle's wick. Don't risk beyond that candle's wick. That is going to be our stop loss level. You're looking for this profit, but we also know that according to H4, we need price to reach all the way up there. We need it to reach all the way up there, then we can come in with sells. That is on this asset. So as far as I don't know, guys, if there are news, this could be your second TP right there, and of course your third TP would be all the way up there. So I don't know if there are some news that we are anticipating today. Since it is a Friday, we may be having some news. You guys can look out for that, but know that from what we've just seen, there's a buy momentum, and of course we can see a confirmation according to H4, even though we know that the general trend is a sell according to daily time frame and H4. The general trend is a sell. The reason why we are not selling now is because of this support. We need some momentum that will be enough to break this support before we can continue with sells. Remember what I told you, we will sell a bit, then come with a buy later to try and take these highs up here, but it will fail. Then it will come strongly with a sell to break this support, and then we continue all the way down below to this breaker broke according to daily and weekly time frame, to that breaker broke level according to daily and weekly time frame, and then we can get in with buys from this other level. That's how I analyzed this, I think 2 days back or yesterday, I don't remember, but that's how I'm looking at this asset. So for now, I've locked in my buy on gold and I'm waiting. I don't know about the news. Like I told you, I don't trade news. I don't even go to check what is happening in news. I don't normally check. I normally see them when they are done, when the moves have already happened, like this move here. that happened. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday, yes. Yeah, so I never knew about it until it was done and saw how the movement was, and I knew that was news. Yeah. All right, remember, news news normally follow what price action already is showing, so that's why I don't normally focus on news. Yes, there may be a spike, but later it goes back into the general trend, if you're not wrong, according to price action that the market needs to follow. Yeah, so that's what you need to know. So for now, we are actually, those who have entered gold with me, we are in some floating loss, but I'm not risking beyond this. If it takes me out, I will gladly take my losses. I'm not risking beyond that level because I told you the general trend is a sell. The general trend is a sell. That's why I can't afford to risk beyond this level in an event of looking for buys to take me all the way up there. So I'm not going to force more trades here. I will just hold on my one trade and wait and see what will come through. All right, that's it for today. Let's do a recap and we call it a day. So we started with gold. I've been crash 500. We need a pullback here to give us that lower high. It hasn't given us yet a lower low, so we have to be patient with it. It's moving smoothly. Actually, this sell is moving smoothly, so for now I have no business with it. Yeah, check this out. Let's go to boom 1000. Oh yes, the move that I wanted has happened, and I've missed that entry. Price is below my 10 MA. Price is below my 10 MA. Yeah, I should have entered from that level, but now I can't enter. Reason being because of what I see here. Price may not just break this level. So I'm just going to hold. This level. I'm just going to hold my entries, until it decides to break it, until I get a clear move. So for now, no business here. Boom 500. Yeah, you can see what is happening. No business. I'm not risking anything there. V25s. Yeah, the buy is on. We are waiting for sells, so no business. We are waiting for sells to go below this trend line. V75, we have a breakout. All right, so market is still moving slowly, so in as much as we have a breakout, I can't enter any buys, so I have to wait. I may wait for the sales here on this level, so no business. J50 has reached this level. Okay, I think this can be one of those that we can trade. So all we need now is to wait for a reversal signal, probably on M5 on this very support level. Then we can enter our buys, because this is one of those that we can enter. But if it breaks this level here, then it will be still risky for me to enter. I don't see it breaking it because of this liquidity that was left up here. I don't see it break it, so that's why I'm still hesitant for the sales to enter sales. There's that lot of liquidity that was left back. It cannot just move before it mitigates it, so that's why I'm holding. Jet 25, I need this pullback, then I can enter sales. If I don't see it, I don't enter. J10, I need that pullback, then I can enter sales. Same thing as J25. So without it, no business. And then lastly, I've told you I've entered buys on gold, so I'm waiting for this kind of a move. So gold, we are looking for buys, not sells as we speak, unless otherwise. But as of now, I'm only seeing buys to push price all the way up there, and I'll be glad if it goes smoothly today to make this money. Otherwise, that's it guys. See you Monday for the analysis for this kind of analysis, synthetic index analysis. Those who are BTC enthusiasts, of course, we are coming back at 10 minutes past 1 for this BTC analysis. So if you're one of those, be around at of course you'll see the notification coming through if you subscribe, and of course if you hit that bell button, you'll be able to see that notification coming through for the BTC analysis. So let's wait for it at 10 minutes past 1 today. See you guys. Bye bye.